Hi, my name is Saarinen and I am passionate. My passion is to live an eco-sustainable lifestyle, and I do it. I live it and I breathe it every single day. Then it became my purpose to create an eco-sustainable income as well. We are 100% off-grid. We live in a straw bale house and we grow a majority of our food and medicinal herbs and fruit, veggies. We've got some livestock too, so we've got fresh eggs. We have sheep too that we shear, so for fibre, for our own purposes. And also we have loads of guinea pigs that do our lawn mowing for us. Passion to create an eco-sustainable lifestyle. It's taken a long time. It's taken 20 odd years to get to where we are today with our solar passive bore as well, our solar bore. You know, it hasn't always been an easy journey, that's for sure. But I think because it's our passion and our purpose to live like this, it makes those really dark days a lot easier to push through. That we really, because it's in our heart and it's in our soul, you know, we don't always see eye to eye, all that sort of stuff. We don't always, you know, it's not always roses and sunshine, that's for sure, but it's what keeps us going. And I think that's the biggest key in striving for your passion, that you have really dark days and down days, especially in a marriage and farm and family, that when it's coming from the heart and coming from the soul, that this is what you believe in and this is what you want to strive for, you keep going. And we have been doing it for 20 years now. So when we first started our farm and our business, it was a really rough journey. People really didn't want to have anything to do with us. Like, we went to markets and with our fresh veggies, and people were quite negative about it. And so we kept the words organic and sustainability and eco to ourselves. And now it's amazing that society, we can scream it from the rooftops that we live this amazing life, that you know, we're not full-on hippies, you know, taking drugs and living in the mountains. We're not at all. We're all about the health, all about fitness. We're all about doing good for the environment. I think now is the time when it's a lot easier to do it. So I really want to do a bit of a shout out to all those who are thinking about living an eco-sustainable lifestyle and creating an eco-sustainable business, that you can do it, and it's a lot easier now. The resources there's a lot more available. You know, when we built our straw bale house, it was, you know, we had our gumboots on and we had to smush up all the mud and make our mud and our render for our straw bales all by hand, wheelbarrows, bucketing water up from the dam, all that sort of stuff. But now you can get spray renderers. Solar is a lot cheaper now. Back in the day, 20 years ago, when we put solar on, it was hideously expensive, and we could only use truck batteries. That's all we could afford. It was very limited. But now we've got a 10 kilowatt solar system. There's rebates out there. Councils are actually urging people to do it now. It's just incredible, the resources now, and people are so much more open to it. We want to open up our farm and have people come and check us out and, you know, see what we've done. People could do it a lot better than what we've done, that's for sure, because keep in mind that, you know, we've been doing it for a long time, and, you know, we used things that were available to us at the time, and so now we're trying to upgrade and do it a lot better. It's incredible what's out there. It's exciting. But unfortunately, there is also a lot of greenwashing out there, I think, because it is becoming quite popular now. I don't like using the word trend. I don't think eco-sustainability and sustainability should be trendy. I think it's more to the point that it's more accepting now, and it's kind of logical. People are actually seeing the benefits of being environmentally friendly, being eco, being sustainable, thinking about their choices, pausing and thinking about what they're purchasing. And I think that's the key. I think that's what's happening right now. People are pausing and purchasing with purpose. And because of that, I think there's a golden opportunity for people out there to live a more sustainable lifestyle and create a more sustainable business as well. Now, because of the whole greenwashing out there too, there's other businesses out there that are trying to grab onto this, and they're trying to make it, I suppose they're the ones that are turning into something trendy, and they're doing a lot of greenwashing. And my hubby and I, Greg, with our business, we have been studying this so much about greenwashing, because it's confusing to us. Here we are, we live it, we breathe it, we are eco-sustainable in our lifestyle, in our life, in our living. And for us, it was starting to become, in our business, it was starting to become quite confusing. And I was lucky enough to come across an organisation through Saarinen called Practera, and where we were engaged with 6 other university students to philosophize greenwashing, to philosophize in our business for packaging. We really wanted to do we really wanted to create real eco-sustainable packaging, but it was what were things made of? How were they made? We went down so many different avenues, and we just got hit brick walls. And it's like, well, no, that's not us. It's not eco enough. It's not sustainable enough. We wanted a circular economy, circular packaging, all that sort of stuff. So with these 6 university students, we were incredibly lucky to be able to work out what was what. Interestingly enough, glass in Australia, the thing is, a lot of things are manufactured over in China, so a lot of your packaging has got to come from China to start with. So buying in brand new packaging that goes into the recycling bin is a little bit of greenwashing, because that factory that's making the glass, that factory that's making the aluminium, that factory that's making paper products, how are they manufacturing? What sort of pollutions are they using? It's really hard unless you go there and have a look at the companies of how they're manufacturing. So we were like, well, we need to do less bad. We looked at doing ocean waste plastic packaging. So that's through people that harvest plastics in landfill and in ocean, so ocean and landfill, and they melt it down and remake plastic packaging, which I think is fantastic. I love it. But there's a certain amount of raw virgin plastic that has to be added into it, and that plastic has to come from China anyway. So that was good, but not great. And then we looked at, okay, so glass. You get your glass jars from China, comes over, all that embodied energy to get here. We don't know how it's being manufactured properly. They can say what they say, but unless you go there, you don't know. And then it gets here, your customer gets the glass, and then they put it into the recycling bin. Now, I've heard so many reports about recycling. Yeah, recycling is fantastic. I'm all for it, 100%. Go for it. Love it. But I have heard of reports of where sometimes councils will mix up, machines break down, things happen, staffing, all that sort of stuff, and it ends up in landfill. And also the sizes of the glass too. A really small glass jar apparently will go straight to landfill. A lot of people don't clean them out. A lot of people don't take off the labels. A lot of people don't wash them out. They leave the plastic lids on. And this is crucial to recycling. And so, they can get weeded out. All those dirty jars with the plastic lids and labels on can be weeded out and thrown into landfill. Or if they've got the capacity to deal with that sort of stuff, then a majority of our glass actually gets put into roads, which is great. It's reusing. I'm all for that. I think it's actually a really good way to use glass. But then we have to rebuy the glass. Companies have to rebuy the glass. Comes in from China, ends up as road based. So I was like, there's components of that I like. There's components of that I don't. So it still didn't ring true. Plastic is one of the most recyclable products out there. So, but it's the way it's made. It's all the petrochemicals in there. It's plastic is so bad, so bad for the environment to make. It can be melted down and reused, but like I said before, it needs to have a certain amount of virgin plastic in it, so it wasn't good enough for us. So we have been going through this for years, and we use a lot of glass and aluminium in our packaging. So these 6 university students helped us to go through this process, and they helped us to find out how things are made, where they go, what's actually being recycled, what's actually not being recycled, how do councils actually process them, what are the government actual policies. And it came up as unanimous with everybody, and that was to reuse. We can't not get our virgin products from China at the moment, glass and aluminium. Hopefully that will change. Hopefully businesses out there will change. And if anybody knows of any glass manufacturers for packaging in bulk, please do drop us a line. We are very, very seriously interested in working with Australian manufacturers of glass. So reusing. Now, this is huge. To reuse packaging, glass and aluminium. price for a business is huge. Here we are, standalone solar, to the implications of getting packaging back and washing and sterilising good enough to be able to refill is huge. So we could put it back into the hands of our customers to recycle our containers. It wasn't good enough for us. We could set up in shops refillable, like, you know, you go in and you refill your own packaging, but then that's also putting it into the hands of our customers too, to go in and actually refill. We would still have to be selling the individual packaging too, because you can't have refill everywhere. So it came down to reuse. So we have invested a lot of money, reinvested, I should say. So we're so well supported by our customers that they've actually helped us to invest in an amazing, a 10 kilowatt solar power system just for our business. We've got our own solar system on our own home, but just purely for our business, we have a 10 kilowatt solar system to run our commercial dishwasher and our hospital grade autoclave, which is a hospital grade sterilising machine. Now, this has been years and years and years in the making to get everything here, to build the buildings and the power to do this. But we did it. We did it. Interestingly enough, I've done a few business programs as well, and we've spoken to a lot of entrepreneurs who are in, you know, multi-million-dollar businesses, and every single one of them said, "Don't do it. Don't do a reuse program. Just sell your products, and don't worry about that. Put that into the hands of the consumer, because it's going to cost you too much." And I'm like, yeah, but the cost to the environment is too much for us not to. The cost to the environment for us not to is too much. So we did. We invested. And, you know, we live in a very humble, small home. We live very, very humbly. We don't, all our profits have just basically gone back into our business to do a reuse program. So if we can do it at this level, you can do it too. You can set your business model as eco and as sustainably as you can. And I'm here to help as well. Drop me a line, drop me a question. I'm happy to share. I want to share, because it's about the environment. It's about us all doing better. And it's possible. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. I feel like a bit of a what do I call a trailblazer. I feel like a bit of a trailblazer. There's no other business in Australia that's doing this sort of thing for the sort of products that we do. And you know, I want to know. I would love to know what sort of business you have, what sort of business model you have, where you want to go. Where do you want to go with your eco-sustainable business? Would you like to reuse? Look, I've got so much resources on my husband and I. We've got that many resources with we work with Saarinen, we work with uni students, we I've worked with entrepreneurs. We have researched for years and years and years. This is 20 years in the making we've been doing this, and got a world of information, and I'm open. I'm an open book, and I would love to share. What have you got? Send me some questions. Love to answer them. So, and I just want to point out that we are not doing this perfectly, okay? We have got many, many more hurdles to jump, many more years to go to get our business as eco and sustainable as we possibly can. You know, we love things on our farm like regenerative farming practices. We love on our farm doing things like as little as we possibly can for inputs, and using what we've got on the farm to help grow our veggies and our fruit. And we do it all, you know, personally for ourselves. So, you know, I am open. I am so open to whatever you've got out there, whatever you want to ask me. So please ask me, drop me a line, and hopefully we can talk soon. So that's me for now, and can't wait to catch up with you all. Ciao.